Playing Diddy Kong Racing is like smoking really bad cigarettes. You hate yourself, but you can't stop. You know you're not having fun. You know people are laughing at you, but you just keep puffing away. Playing Mario Kart is like smoking weed. You enjoy it, and you know you can quit whenever you want to, though it might be kind of hard. I did, and it's still hard. But Diddy Kong is just pure addiction. You don't play because it's fun. You play because you're addicted. You play because every time you rage quit, about an hour later, you're picking up the controller again thinking, hey, if I just hit a turn sharper on that one cliff, maybe I can grab that coin. Obviously, I'm sounding really cynical here, but truly, it's a great game. It's a well-made game, and that's what makes it so addictive. It's just also a very frustrating game. Diddy Kong Racing was made in response to Mario Kart. It's almost like the developers knew that you'd play Mario Kart 64 first. They knew that you would get in touch with those controls, and then when you wanted something more, they would hit you with Diddy Kong Racing, which would offer different vehicles, more creative courses, and a much more spread out adventure mode. The truth is, I really didn't want to play this game again. As a kid, it really frustrated me, and as an adult now, at the age of 30, it frustrated me even more, mostly because I kept on playing because I knew that I was addicted. I need a Diddy Kong Racing patch. As I was playing, all I could think about was how addicted I was and how I didn't have a girlfriend or any friends. And I was here trying to make this YouTube channel work, and it's not. So all I did was continue my addiction playing Diddy Kong Racing. So here's the review on how this amazing game can be so addictive and incredibly rewarding if you're willing to put up with one of the worst learning curves in video game history. This is Diddy Kong Racing. As a friendless guy with a low-paying job who lives with his dad at the age of 30, about to turn 31, happy pre-birthday to me, I obviously started out with adventure mode. Right off the bat, this is something that Mario Kart 64 didn't even attempt. They had Mario Grand Prix, but there was no story mode, there was no adventure mode, there was no real one-player mode. This is something Diddy Kong Racing absolutely capitalized on. The narrative is pretty simple. A giant titan called Whizpig comes to this island where all these funny little creatures like to race their cars, planes, and hovercrafts. He enslaves 4 bosses and then makes you race all of their tracks and their lands, eventually leading up to a rocket ship that takes you to Whizpig's lair, where you get to face off with 4 new tracks and Whizpig himself. You start simple, just driving a car. It's easy, it turns well, it slides nice, and you usually win the first few tracks, even if you're a newcomer. It's pretty easy, and it's fun. I like the way it slides. I like the way you use items. I like the way you use boosts. But then, everything changes when the vehicles change. Now, this is a hotly debated part of the game among my friends. Oh, just kidding. I don't have friends. This is a hotly debated part of the game among myself. See, the planes, the hovercraft, and the car are awesome when you're playing against other people, when you're playing for fun, when you're playing with friends. It feels fun to go through these tracks again with a different vehicle and see if there's any other ways that you can take that might give you an advantage or just show you some new scenery. The problem is when you're on one player and you're trying to beat part of these levels and you have to use a vehicle that you really don't like. The learning curve for the hovercraft and the plane is really high. Sure, it's easy to drive, but it's really hard to play competitive with the hovercraft and the plane at first. And even once you get pretty far in the game, you're still going to have a lot of trouble. In fact, by the time you get to the second attempt of the second boss, you're probably going to be stuck. Most people, when they play Diddy Kong Racing, start with a lightweight character like Tip Top or the Mouse. I don't care about the name. These 2 characters have really great acceleration and really great turning, so for these tight, wounding tracks, they're really good. But here's where rage quitting actually starts to help. Let me give you an example. The second attempt of the squid in the waterland, whatever, is near impossible if you're playing with a lightweight character like the turtle or the mouse. I must have raced this guy 50 times before I finally gave up. And next thing you know, I'm on the internet looking up forums, looking up how to do it, and I find out that all you really have to do is choose a heavyweight character, because heavyweight characters have better top speed. Top speed will get you in front of these bosses, and they pretty much won't catch up. Next thing you know, I choose Crunch or Croc or whatever the crocodile's name is, and I beat him the first time. That's what makes Diddy Kong Racing really stand out. The developers want you to rage quit. Remember, this is the same company that gave us the first Battletoads. They want you to get frustrated. They want you to get better. They want you to explore the mechanics. The adventure mode is not meant to be played by a single character, unless you're a pro, but it's meant to be played by a variety. They want you to use lightweight characters for some races. They want you to use heavyweight characters for others. And there's a lot that you're going to need the medium weights for. This game is always telling you that there's no one strategy. There's no one great player. There's no one way to do things. You need to utilize all the weapons in your utility belt, Batman. God, I hate my life. This is the first step towards the addiction. Here... Okay, so I just realized something. Sorry to break up the video, but I was looking at the analytics for my other channel, and it turns out that the longest anybody's ever watched one of my videos was a minute. And this video is almost, I think, 5 minutes long now. Sorry, there's a fly. And for those of you who actually watched my entire videos, thank you. You're just not the majority demographic anymore. So this video is going to have to change. Well, not this video, but my future videos are going to have to change. And they're going to have to be like, I think I'm going to do a channel where it's like a 60-second review of a game or a movie or an article. I have no idea, but clearly that's the attention span that we're living in now, and I really need something to happen with my life because I am just drowning in you want to get meta here. Basically, I had a pretty good job selling RVs. Sorry, I'm working in my office right now. I had a pretty good job selling RVs, and then they offered me a photography job at the company, and I was just like so stoked because that's what my degree's in. And then they cut my pay in half, literally, gave me the job, and then they wouldn't let me back into sales. So now I'm 31 years old, living with my dad in a mobile home in Queen Creek, which for those of you that don't know Arizona, Queen Creek is just the kind of rural area of Arizona. It's nothing but families. So there's not a whole lot of dating action going on over there. And even if there was, I mean, I live with my dad in a mobile home, so that'd be kind of tough. I don't have a lot of skills. I was a murder mystery actor for a few years, and then I was a trivia host. And it turns out there's not a whole lot of money in that. And now I'm kind of just here, stagnant, making hardly any money, taking photos of RVs, which I really like doing because it's the first media job that had anything to do with my major that I ever had. But I got to figure out a way to make money, and I don't really have any experience in any other jobs aside from just talking and trivia and media and stuff like that. So YouTube is kind of like my last resort. So if there was anyone out there who actually liked watching longer videos, I'm one of you because that's what I like to watch. But obviously that's not what the majority is. So Game Egg is from now on going to be short videos, 60 minute, yeah, I'd love it to be 60 minute, 60-second videos at the most. Just quick little snapshots of games. And that's it. And if that doesn't work out, check the obituaries for Queen Creek. Probably won't kill myself until at least I've seen New York City. I've always wanted to go there and just check it out. Or Louisiana. I'm going to do a little bit of traveling before I put the gun to my head. And I probably wouldn't use a gun. I'd probably just, go bum it until my ulcer ruptured. I got an ulcer. I can't eat anything good. I'm eating riced cauliflower right now with coconut sauce. It's the best I've had, but because I haven't had much. Anyway, there's plenty of other videos to watch on Diddy Kong Racing, so don't be mad if you felt like you got gypped on this one. I really didn't have much of a plan. I really don't like the game. Anyway, I'm going to finish my lunch, and then I'm going to start doing 60-second videos. So thank you so much for watching Game Egg. Peace.